Hi guys, putting here with a special game for you in my Tier 10 Royal Navy Destroyer, the Daring. Now, my captain skills are going to be Priority Target, Adrenaline Rush, Last Stand, Survivability Expert, Superintendent, IFHE, and of course, Concealment. My modules are Protect My Main Batteries, Faster Repairing Engine, Better Aiming, Better Rudder, Concealment, and Longer Shooting Primaries. I prefer that to reload just because I like my turret traverse to remain somewhat the same because if you take reload you do sacrifice some turret traverse, and while these are not slow turrets, they are not exactly fast turning turrets either, so I would like to at least maintain my turret traverse when I'm dealing with other destroyers. The other thing is this allows me to not take advanced fire training to get some range, just to shoot things a little bit further to help bolster the range of the primary guns. Because in essence this is just a gunboat DD, but for me the reload range mod is almost a personal choice. Now as you can see we're going into B, and I do believe I did check out and see how many radars they had, and the reason I'm taking this approach is in case the Baltimore's in here, I have a very fast exit. I do not have a speed boost because I am British, and I would rather put some distance between me, stay more in the fight than just getting stuck behind the island. And then for whatever reason I kind of just push in. Even though I kind of don't have any help, I'm trying to get the spot on like what cruisers, like what the enemy ships are actually doing too, just to kind of feel it out. Now, for whatever reason, I thought the Z-23 was the one who was initially getting the cap. That is not the case. Of course, hindsight is 2020. I do believe it was the black, and he went through the little gap between those two islands back out. Now we do know that the one who's going to be stopping the cap is going to be the Z-23, but like I said, I initially thought it was the Z on cap, and for whatever reason it just stuck in my head that it was the Z getting the cap, which I was completely dead wrong. Here's some of the downside to having further shooting guns. The things that can spot me are actually all the way down by A, I believe. I'm not sure there's anything up by B or up by C that can spot me. Should have been significantly behind the island enough for the Ibuki not to spot me. But I do believe it is the DD that is transitioning from B to A, and I think I was wrong about it being the black. Can't remember what DD ends up going down there, but I do suspect it was that gentleman that was the one spotting me and was initially in there, and we just missed spotting each other. Luckily for us, the Neptune got torpedoes on the Z-23. Now this isn't going to be some high damage, high kill game. I'm gonna spoil you guys, give you guys a little bit of a spoiler here. I only get one kill, and it was a clutch kill, and it was the game-winning kill. The reason I'm kind of showcasing this is because, you always have that one guy who's kind of off by himself. And then somebody gets mad for somebody going to chase the guy down or push him away or try to deal with him. Sometimes you just have to send somebody to go deal with him. Because as you can see right here, sorry, Windows wanted to update and I had to postpone that, but as you're about to see, is I have no help at sea, but really, Baltimore just radars for no freaking good reason. Luckily, I run aground, and I'm going to start reversing, which means he misses with his first shot. But as you can see, there are 3 active people actually shooting at the guy. But I'm really not going to have much in the line of support if I go up a little bit higher. But what I can do, and what was planning to do, was completely panic because the Ibuki. I'm going to send Torps right where he's at to get him moving. I'm not even going to bother popping Hydro because if he ain't sending Torps, he's doing it wrong. And even if he doesn't, it was a good guess on him that I'm not going to stay there. I'm not shooting my guns. No reason to stay there. Is extremely low health, so you know what? There's a good chance his torpedoes were going to be coming through, which is why he wanted to skid the Dino. And, of course, an all-sass would be shooting HE. Luckily, something shot down that plane that was spotting me. Oh, look. An all-sass is reversing. I'm just as shocked as you guys. But my plan is to be the annoying guy on the side, alone, just harassing stuff. I mean, I've done a grand total of, like, 1,000 damage and capped something already. And we're like 7 minutes into the game, so it's not like I've done a whole heck of a lot. But I mean, I did manage to get the camp, luckily, and like I said, that's really the only thing I've done. Got caught by Baltimore radar, and now I'm kind of shooting out in the open. You know what's kind of for several reasons. One, you know what? I get that guy looking at me, shooting at me. He's not shooting at a teammate. I can kind of easily dodge it. But unfortunately, once again, DD smokes up, tries to shoot the guy that he was spotting, and nobody else has shots on him, as I do believe I did lose my cruiser buddy. But luckily for us, there is a Montana that is spotted. And that poor Montana is going to have one hell of a game. See the Yami, he's obviously not looking at me, so I'm going to take shots to try to get him to shoot me. Because if he low pens me, the only thing he's going to do is 10% damage. Which, in all honesty, I could just peel that back. It's going to be no big deal. Get one fire on him, and of course he goes dark again. Now, what I should have done here was, because I wasn't spotted shooting, was slow down and just hammer this guy for as long as possible. And I should have just came to a complete stop. Just in general, I mean, as you can see, I'm finally starting to slow down because I'm coming close to the edge of the island. But I should have done this a lot sooner. As you can see, the Baltimore's coming through, and I do believe that good whack from whatever hit the Baltimore is going to panic this guy. The other thing is, maybe me being spotted tells the Baltimore there's a really good chance that Torps are coming, which is going to give him a lot more time to react to them than maybe if I wasn't spotted still behind the island or not detected or even smoked up. You know what, whatever. Unfortunately, we don't get another fire on the Yami. Now, this is still an extremely close game. And I do believe at no point there wasn't... we didn't have any sort of absurd, horrendous lead. Like, the lead we have now is just... It is over 100, but it's still like, you know what? They get a ship. They're going to be back into... you know, less than 100 points between us now. I'm dropping Torps and hoping that the Buffalo is going to come out that way. These are just kind of preemptive Torps. But I do believe this is the point where we get like the biggest lead we had or will have in the game. The ship count is fairly even, but we have 2 destroyers to their none. We have 2 caps to their 1, so there's no real need for us to push because the enemy is the one that has to come to us and make the plays. All we got to do really is just defend B. Even if that is just trade ship for ship, get resets, there's not very much that these guys can do besides killing and living to get a point lead in on us. But as you can see, it's about 160 point lead and still climbing, but like I said, a couple kills really changes that extremely fast. So it's not like it's very hard for these guys to come back. They are also all going as a group pushing B. Now I don't know why Arkitikazi went into B to defend it. Easily could have kind of defended it from the outside. Like I said, all you got to do is just get some hits on these ships and get cap resets. Now, I do make what I would consider a mistake that luckily doesn't come back to bite me, but it's still a mistake at the end of the day. And you know what? I should have just known better and I should have just done it, but I'm so used to like my other DDs where I don't run Superintendent and kind of hold on to my smokes. Now I wisely smoke up here and start shooting because there is something targeting me. Smoke is going to stop that. All I want to do is just get a few shots, get a fire, maybe get his DCP out, and I do believe it was the NC shooting at me, who luckily has half a brain. There's a smoke cloud. There's a destroyer within torpedo range. He wasn't shooting me, so obviously I was dropping torps, so the North Carolina just turns and goes away. These torps are never going to reach him. But luckily I do get one fire on this gentleman. And, you know, I'm trying to set another, but, you know, I just don't know why these shells are kind of falling short. I am kind of aiming relatively far in front of him, I do believe. But it just seems like these shells are starting to hit superstructure and the back end, and luckily I get another fire on the gentleman, and I do believe it was the back end of the superstructure. I don't know why these shells are falling the way they are away, because they're falling on the right hand side while I'm aiming on the left. Now this is the mistake I was talking about. I should have just smoked up. Should have just smoked up, knowing that usually most all SAS players have some sort of secondaries, but of course the secondaries aren't going on me. But at the time of playing this, I was going under, you know what, if I can just get this guy to look at me, or somebody else to look at me, that's one less of my friendlies getting looked at. Also, if I get this guy to click his secondaries on me, they're not going to be on a friendly, doing damage to friendly. All I got to do is just smoke up and go into concealment. But of course, this is the mistake I made. I don't smoke up. I just keep shooting out in the open, just because somebody is kind of targeting me. And I do believe it really is the North Carolina. Now I'm just trying to get some cheeky shots in on the LSS. I'm going to get behind the island and, you know, just use natural concealment. The LSS is just all good as that. It just depends on who's going to get the final blow. It ain't me. But while all that was going on, I was thinking this. Okay, we lost B. Now we need to get a cap to maintain our point lead. You know, these guys are doing a pretty good job of whittling us down, and this is what I mean. Like, it's not going to take long for these guys to get the point lead owning 2 caps, and especially if they get another kill. We have 1 cruiser, 2 battleships, and myself. They have 1 cruiser and 3 battleships. We do know the Ibuki's all the way up the 1 line up by B-ish or A1. Like he's way up there. The NC is still in the area here, which leaves the Yami and Monty to push on. I forget our battleships down there, but I do know our Buffalo is down there. So Lulpen is pushing a BB that he could probably Lulpen. So it's just a matter of if that guy can live to hold the base. Those guys are fairly healthy. Now I don't shoot here because I don't want to get a reset on. I don't want to get resetted by the sensei who was actively shot at me before. I would have shot at him had I kept sooner, but you know what? Yeah, still gonna take a shot just in case something goes over that hill. Didn't drop torps. He's going behind the island. He's running away. These things were never going to hit him. But I do believe our battleship is now coming out broadside to these guys as the NC that was chasing the Ibuki gets deleted. Now the Ibuki is going to make what I consider potentially a big mistake, but really it's, you know, once again, hindsight's 2020, but it's one of these things is, you know, you just don't know what's going on in their chat, what they're saying, or anything like that. Dropping my torps on East North Carolina because I do believe he's thinking at this point the 2 battleships today make a huge mistake. They really do make, I do believe, the game making mistake, along with the Ibuki's mistake, that really gave us the win here. And it's just 2 mistakes that cost the enemy the team. The BBs aren't going into A the fast way. They're taking the long way. North Carolina might have seen this and said, you know what, I need to get on C, because obviously the destroyer is going to go to A because there's nobody there to contest him. As the Montana gets a Kraken and a high caliber, I mean, like I said, this guy is having one hell of a good game. But what should have happened was the Yami could have just stayed at B here instead of pushing out, because Yamis are excellent snipers. Then I never would have gotten B. The other thing is the Ibuki is coming to B. And I know this for one reason, because I've watched the replay. But he never does get spotted, and I know it's going to be the Ibuki because when he shoots at me, I get 2 indications from 2 different sides. Now, I am on a call with Sneaky and Spyder at the same time, and at this point, I'm screaming at both of those 2. Do the math. If they get all the caps with 130, do I have enough time to win without a kill? And they're like, no, you have to get the kill and maintain 1 cap. So I'm going to open up here and shoot at this guy. I really need this guy dead. I really didn't want to wait for the torpedoes. And luckily, I get the kill. Those were the Ibuki shells coming in from the side. The Montana's the one spotting me. I'm going to pop my smoke just to break line of sight. The Yami still hasn't made it to A. If the Ibuki would have went to C, there was a chance he could have got on it on time. But because he went to B, he's not going to make it to C to stop the points. And with 30 seconds left, if you haven't already gone and checked out Only the Wicked's Twitch stream, please go Twitch it out, because what he actually stresses is some of this gameplay that I'm showcasing is just survive. The only reason we win this game is because I survived. Obviously, A link to his Twitch will be in the description down below. But this is now my 7th solo warrior, so hopefully Sneaky can get one soon for you guys. Now, I do hope you guys enjoyed this replay. The thing I wanted to kind of hammer home and stress out was, yes, you are the annoying guy on the side, and usually that guy can usually have some sort of impact on the game, but what you need to do is be by the caps. You need to be near the caps to influence the game if you're going to be off by yourself doing your own little thing. Unlike the Ibuki, who is too far, who is on the one line all the way up around B. It's just too far to do anything around the caps, while I stayed around the caps. Of course, my concealment gave me a little bit help there, but the Ibuki is also a very stealthy ship. I'm just saying, if you're going to do that, you need to be in a position to get to a cap and get to it fast. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. We do love the replays you send in. The email for that is in the description down below. And I'm going to shamelessly plug Oni the Wicked. Again, go check out his Twitch. The link for that will be in the description down below. And also go check out his good friend Doyle. His link will also be in the description down below. Please hit the please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day. And if you're in the Midwest, please try to stay warm.